Hi everyone, it's Carol from Crinkled Path again, and I'm here with kind of a low-key day. I just wanted to do something creative, and I didn't want to have to give a lot of forethought, and I just wanted to relax, do a little bit of art in my journal, and just have a little fun. So I thought I'd bring you along. Always doing something creative helps me to feel more relaxed, and I'm heading into a very busy week, and this week is back to school as of today, Tuesday, when this video will go up. It's currently Sunday when I'm recording. I will be back to work. I work for the schools, and I kind of anticipating just the normal, busy, hectic back to school that I usually have, and particularly because this is the first time all the students will be returning in person. I'm sure many of you who have school-age kids are experiencing that. Anyway, I just thought I would shed some positivity onto the beginning of the school year, a little brightness and blessing. And so I just thought I would pull out my cute little journal from Rebookery. And one of the things that came in her packaging was she had a friend make this stamp for her, this little rainbow stamp. Hopefully you can see that. And so I thought I'd take my Neocolor II crayons, and I would do some coloring in the book, and then put this over, or I thought maybe I'd color on the back of it and then put it in. I was trying to figure out a way, because these react to color with these colors react to water. Sorry, can't talk. If I put it on the back and set it down into some of my gesso and then gessoed over the top, that it might blend a little in the back, but it wouldn't smear like it would if I color on the front and then try to put this in. So it's an experimental kind of day. It's rainbows, and how can you go wrong with that? So here we go. Let's see if I can find a page that I want to put a rainbow on. So I'm excited to be going back, but of course there's always a lot of logistics to what I do in the schools and scheduling, and I serve several districts and many different classrooms, students in different classrooms. So it's always a bit of a adventure to juggle it all, and especially at the beginning of this school year when every student on my caseload needs to be served fairly quickly in the year to get them set up and ready to go so they can be successful. And I'm just looking for a page here. So it's not anything horrible. I love my job, but it can be a little bit stressful to get that scheduling done. And the students always bring such a smile to my face and just make it all worthwhile. So that helps. I don't know. See, I'm very indecisive today. That's why I'm like, I just need something easy. Maybe here, because it's a nice big white space. I just need something easy and fun to get my mind off of anticipating something that, I don't really have any control over how stressful it's going to be. So I try to keep positive mindset and keep a focus on the dear students that I get to work with. So let's try it here. So I'm going to flip this over. It was stamped on this side. I'm just going to go ahead and color. And my Neocolor II crayons are usually organized in rainbow order, but because I took them on my trip with me and I had them standing up in my journaling bag of course, they all kind of fell out and I haven't reorganized them. So I figure kind of playing around with them, and then maybe after I'm done with the video, I will spend a little time reorganizing them. So this will serve a twofold purpose. What color green do I want? So thanks for coming along with me today for just a little fun and inspiration. Are you part of a back to school routine? Do you have kids, or are you part of a school system where, or grandkids, or that affects you? I'd love to hear what maybe you're doing to combat any stress about that. Or maybe tell me a little bit about just journaling in general, or doing art in general. Does it help you to deal with stress? For me, it is immensely relaxing and positive to be just doing anything creative. So today I just had to get in here to do something. I think a lot of times it's very easy to think, well, I'm stressed out, so the last thing I want to do is plan something to do or shoot video. And I just find that by not allowing those feelings of like stress upon stress to stop you from doing something, and then once I get in here and do it, now see, that's weird, it like almost went through the tissue, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and tear this down. Anyway, I was saying, I think that sometimes we can allow stress to, or the thought of having to plan something major to do can kind of paralyze us, and so I'm fighting that today, and hopefully encouraging you to do the same. Because I'd rather do something. It all, as soon as I get my stuff out and I start playing, I start feeling better about anything that I might be anticipating being anxious about. I watched a TED Talk by an artist who does actually a lot of rainbow art, and she does it and gets a lot of criticism for just kind of the fact that it is seemingly simple art. Like, she just puts paint in the order of rainbows, and anyway, it's kind of silly that there's so many critics, right? Because don't you have something better to do than criticize someone who's just enjoying their own artwork, and they have a right to do what they want to do? It's just ludicrous that people feel the need to insert their opinion about somebody else's joy. But anyway, her TED Talk, I will try and find it and link it below. It was very inspiring to me, and it talked about how basically when you are doing art, it kind of shuts off a part of your brain where all your worry and anxiety is happening. And so creating can give us this relief and actually help calm down the irrational parts of that part of our brain. And I'm like, that's it. That's why I love doing art so much, because it really does. We are designed, and I believe intelligently designed to have ways to, like, we're self-ingrained for healing, and being creative is a huge part of healing. Okay, so I got that down, and when I was on my trip, when we first started out on the trip, I collected some wildflowers, and so I thought I might find one that I could put on this page as well. And this is my teeny tiny little flower press that I took with me on the trip. Normally at home I just use a giant dictionary, old dictionary. But on the trip I didn't want to have a dictionary at my feet, and I just put this in the car door. So I thought I'd kind of show you, reveal here some of my flowers, and let's pick one. So this is Mormon tea is what it's called, and it gets these little yellow buds on it, and they would actually, both Native Americans and the early Mormon settlers would make tea from it, and that's how it got its name. I have this giant flower, and it's kind of funny. I had put this crepe paper in here, and it makes lines on the flower. So all my flowers are a little zebra stripey from the fact that the crepe paper kind of took on the corrugation. I'm gonna try and use thicker paper next time, or paper towel. So this was kind of a black-eyed Susan. That's a little bigger than what I want for this page. And then this thing has such fuzzy little tiny wispy things on it. So let's see what else we have. We have some other little yellow flowers. I'll make sure I'm only picking up one at a time here. Some purples. Maybe I'll try and just use these little guys here, if they come off the paper the way I hope they do. There we go. Starting to lift. Try not to lose the petals. Maybe I should take these off since they're loose, so they don't get damaged. Okay, I'm gonna try and roll this paper to get these up, because right now they're face down. Gently, gently. They are thinner than thin. Oop, I lost a petal. That's okay. We have gesso. We might be able to stick it back together. Okay, let's put it down here where this went through. Gently, gently. Kind of folded one little petal over there. I have done I've put flowers in my Bible before, dried flowers, and I really like this Art Basics gesso because it is so thin that it really works its way into the every little nook and cranny of the petal, and it dries very clear and thin, and so then you don't get any cloudy effects from the gesso. If like I've tried Liquitex matte gel medium because it will hold the flowers in nicely, but it's so thick that it kind of almost makes this cloudy effect. So just a thin layer underneath and a thin layer on top, and that's usually all it needs to be protected and stay in your book. This gesso is also very flexible, so hopefully I've used it on the Bible pages, like I said, which are very thin, and the pages are very flexible and the flowers don't seem to pop off the page. Let's see. One more in here, I guess. See if this is going to lift off. It's sticking to another leaf. It's a little big. Let's keep going in our pile here and see what else we can find. These are a little sprawly. I like the little tiny ones. These are pretty big too. Is that all I have? Looks like it. Okay, well, maybe I can pare down some of this greenery and just put the little bud on. Okay, very carefully I'm going to stack this up because I'd like to add the rest of these to the back of my traveler's notebook that I had. If you watched the last video. Oh, and I told my husband I've got to super glue the screws to this because they fall out every time I undo the little clips. The screws fall out of the board, and it's not very convenient. In fact, I lost one on the trip because of that. So I need to make that more permanent. Let me grab a little bit of water because I think I'm gonna go ahead and do some painting around the edge with the neon colors, neo colors, and then also I'll try and find the Bible pages that I had done and show you those.